Welcome everyone to Nikki Loves Books. Nikki here, and we have an OwlCrate to unbox. I was really surprised because it's not even the 20th of February, and we got our February young adult OwlCrate box already. So excited to unbox it, so let's get into it. So before getting into our items, we do need a reminder of what the theme is this month because I never remember these things. But our theme for our OwlCrate Young Adult February 2024 box is Treacherous Love. And the first item we have is in this beautiful box, and it says the Royalty Drinkware Collection. And on the back it says, for those wanting to dip into the world of kings and queens, princes and princesses, we've created a collection of stunning stackable mugs inspired by beloved royal fantasies. Display them on your kitchen counters in a stunning stacked fashion and use them as you wish to sip your most elegant and regal drinks. Embark in the kingdom of Elfhame and beware of the prince so cruel. This first mug in our collection is based on The Cruel Prince and is designed by Lindsay Huck. I'm so excited for this. Let's go ahead and take a look. So here is our Cruel Prince drinkware, and it is beautiful. I love the details. I really like how solid this is. Like, this doesn't feel fragile at all. Like, I'm sure if I threw it at the ground it's gonna break, but it's pretty sturdy. And it also says on the inside, if I cannot be better than them, I will become so much worse. Great quote. I do love the fact that these are meant to be stackable, will help with space. Regardless, my husband's gonna be really not happy about me having another cup, but I like it. Introducing our new 2024 collection, the Royalty Drinkware Collection. Throughout the year, we'll be including a variety of these mugs in our boxes. Each one is inspired by a beloved fandom that features royalty. Be sure to collect them all because as much as they look amazing on their own, they are also a stackable set. This month's stacking mug is based on The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, designed by at Off the Hook Studio and at The Pearled Reader. Like this, and especially because it is inspired by The Cruel Prince, which I did like. Side note on that, if you ever read it, if you only read book one, it's not going to be as good. When I read The Cruel Prince, like the first book, I was like, eh. And I was like, I guess I'll keep reading this just because I was like, there seems to be a love story here and I want to find it. And I can say like book 2 and 3, so much better than book 1. So if you read book 1 and you're not really impressed, I do encourage you to at least get to book 2 before saying yay or nay to the series. Next, we have this, which I'm not quite sure. So it's inspired by The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Mahurin, which I have not read yet. Les Eternals Oven Mitt. This is like the smallest oven mitt I've ever seen in my life. And I have small hands. I have a big head and small hands. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, it's a tiny little oven mitt. It is cute. Like it's heart-shaped. It's got beautiful roses on it. But yeah, this is kind of like the smallest oven mitt I've ever seen in my life. But if it does the job, cool. Let's keep the burning in our hearts and not our hands with our Les Eternals oven mitt. It's the perfect item to have when baking for you and your loved ones. This item is inspired by The Scarlet Veil and beautifully designed by at Wandering Moda. So yes, have not read The Scarlet Veil yet, and I believe it's because you're supposed to read another series first or something like that. I don't quite remember, but I have The Scarlet Veil. I have not read it because I believe that there's another series that happens prior to it. So I want to read that series first before moving on to The Scarlet Veil. Next, it says Belladonna Spoon Set. Although you may not want to consume death, with our spoon set you can consume the most delicious of dishes with beautiful flair. Inspired by belladonna, each spoon represents both the belladonna and foxglove flowers featured in the world in a delicate, stunning fashion. So here is our spoon set. So they are different, but similar. You know, they both have a quote, and then they both have a plant as the stamp. What would I call, like, the handle? There we go. Oh my God, words. One of them says, hello, little bird. And the other one says, come to stab me again. Oh, I love it. Have not had the pleasure of reading Belladonna yet. Consume all your favorite meals with our fancy spoon set, inspired by Belladonna and designed by Azura Arts. The flourish of the handle and the quotes all together make for a set that elevates your dining experience. I do like them, and I do like the quotes. And Belladonna is one of those books that's been on my TBR list that I still need to purchase and hopefully get a chance to read at some point in my life. Next up, we just have this envelope. And inside our envelope was this, and it says, "The bright star holds even as the darkness rises." Jazz up your window with our cool stained glass window decal. It will bring such a pretty effect to spice up your space with the awesome design by Vera Dromanovsky and is inspired by Dark Rise. It's easily removable and reusable as well. So that's pretty cool. I thought it was just a large sticker, but it's actually a stained glass window decal. And that's nice. I'll be able to put it in my window in my office. I do not recognize the title Dark Rise, so that might be a book that might not be on my TBR list. But sometimes I think that, and then when I search it, it is. So I don't really know, but I'm definitely going to check out that book. And our last bookish item, of course, is our enamel pin, and it's the Perfect Pairings collection. And this one says Belladonna, so another Belladonna inspired item. Here is our pin. And again, it's the slider. And I just really feel like this box is like, you need to read Belladonna, like stat. Here's the second pin in our Perfect Pairings collection. Each month's box will include a sliding pin featuring characters that pair together in the most fierce, intense, and romantic ways, all designed by Sayuri Art. Our second perfect pairing continues our love for Belladonna with the enchanting Signa and Death dancing through the night. Not gonna lie, these two items in this box that were inspired by Belladonna really makes me want to like just go out and buy it. And I just bought a whole bunch of books on bookoutlet.com because they have their $5.99 or less fiction sale right now. And so I bought a bunch of books and kind of wish Belladonna was one of them. Outside of my special editions, normally I do not buy books outside of like my birthday and Christmas, simply because I have a ton of books, but the $5.99 or less, I was like, I cannot pass that up, especially on hardcover editions. Our last item, of course, is the book, but before we get there, we have a newsletter. So always there's a small interview with the author that we're just going to skip over because I haven't revealed the book yet. Then they have some information of News from the Nest, which is their social media platform thingy. Then they have a small interview with one of the vendors. Then they have the information about the photo challenge, and then the Owl Babble, which is the interview with the author of the month. And my last two favorite items, they have a Spotify playlist. Do not miss out on those. And lastly, they include a list of other books that came out this month that they're excited for. And those books include Dead Things Are Closer Than They Appear, Infinity Alchemist, The Absinthe Underground, Where the Dark Stands Still, and lastly, The Diablo's Curse. All those books sound more like horror books than they do romance books, which is kind of funny. And finally, the great book reveal. So our book this month is Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli. Probably butchered that last name, but we're just going to move on. Our book selection this month is a bloody game of cat and mouse with secrets and ruin. In Heartless Hunter, witches are purged, and our protagonist, Rune, must hide her witch identity while also going out to protect her kind. When a rescue goes wrong, she must get the witch hunters off her trail, even if it means courting one she can't help falling for. Okay, that sounds delicious already. I'm so here for it. To give us a better understanding, I am going to read the inside flap, just because it gives a little bit longer of a summary of the book. On the night Rune's life changed forever, blood ran in the streets. Now, in the aftermath of a devastating revolution, witches have been diminished from powerful rulers to outcasts ruthlessly hunted due to their waning magic, and Rune must hide what she is. Spending her days pretending to be nothing more than a vapid young socialite, Rune spends her nights as the Crimson Moth, a witch vigilante who rescues her kind from being purged. When a rescue goes wrong, she decides to throw the witch hunters off her scent and gain the intel she desperately needs by courting the handsome Gideon Sharp. He's a notorious and unforgiving witch hunter loyal to the revolution, and too late, Rune realizes she might be falling for him. Gideon loathes the decadence and superficiality Rune represents, but when he learns the Crimson Moth has been using Rune's merchant ships to smuggle renegade witches out of the Republic, He inserts himself into her social circles by pretending to court her. He soon realizes that beneath her beauty and shallow facade is someone fiercely intelligent and tender who feels like his perfect match. Except, what if she's the very villain he's been hunting? So I'm already in love with this book. Absolutely excited to read it. So getting into all the details, our signed edition features an exclusive cover, stunning reversible dust jacket artwork. You'll also find an exclusive foiled stamped hardcover case. We have gorgeous foil design end papers, as well as an author letter and bonus content inside. If you guys didn't notice, there's also a ribbon bookmark that they didn't highlight in this, as far as I can tell. I read the whole thing, but yeah, they didn't say anything about this, but I love when they include a ribbon bookmark. It's just a nice little final touch. Let's go ahead and take a look at the difference between the regular cover and our OwlCrate exclusive cover. I will definitely say I prefer the OwlCrate cover. Not gonna lie, the regular cover is beautiful, but I'm weird about bugs. Like really weird about bugs. Like they freak me the hell out. Even though I think like moths and butterflies are beautiful, still not a fan of like touching them, and I don't want them to land on me. So when I see a bug, I still have that like repulsive feeling. But regardless, it is a very pretty moth. It's a great background, but I really love roses. And I like the fact that the moth on our cover is very, very small. So definitely prefer OwlCrate cover. The regular cover is still beautiful in its own way. I just don't like bugs. So that is all of the details of our exclusive edition of Heartless Hunter. And it's going to take me a minute to get to this fabulous book. So I just finished The Things of War, which was my first book ever getting from Page & Wick. And huge downvote on that book. So I'm going to give Page & Wick like 2 more chances, and it's a bi-monthly box. So I'll be getting the March one and then the May one. And I'll make a decision. But if their books are like The Things of War, definitely not going to continue that box. The target audience for that book was definitely not people who I think usually get book subscriptions, but I could be totally wrong. But it was literally a book about war, and more war, which I don't necessarily want to read about. So that book, definitely not a fan. So I'm really looking forward to reading my bookish box books. That would be The Night Hunt, which is the young adult October bookish box book. And then I have Salt Kiss, which I'm very excited about, and that is the October adult bookish box book. And then I can finally get to Heartless Hunter. I already know that the next 3 books I'm going to be reading, those 3 books, I'm going to enjoy immensely more than The Things of War. So I'm already excited. And before we leave, we need a sneak peek at our next OwlCrate Young Adult box. The theme for the March 2024 OwlCrate box is Secrets and Masks. Each March box will include a unique item, which is perfect for dragon lovers. Okay, so we can look forward to that. As always, thank you all so much for being here. Make sure you like this video if you want to see me do more unboxings, and subscribe to make sure you can join me for all the bookish fun coming up.